G'day guys, Simon and Levi from Three Dragons Sports Bar in Hoi An, bringing you the NRL tips for round 16.
Yeah, short little round, only 5 games, heading into Origin Game 2.
Yep, so we've probably got a little bit of Origin talk as well, just
Yeah, I
on
mean,
who's in and out. So,
yeah, I reckon get through the games first, then get
okay,
on to Origin in the end.
well, looking at the first game, we got Dolphins at home to the Storm.
Yeah,
Bennett v Bellamy. Both teams playing very well, up around solidly in that top four. So yeah, Hammer will be out for the Dolphins. Who else?
for the Dolphins, Kafusi,
Kafusi, Storm,
no Harry Grant.
Harry Grant, and they're
no Xavier Coates either.
no Coates, no Grant. They can probably cover Coates. Grant will be a bit of a loss for them. Yeah, I'm leaning towards. Look, I think Bellamy's got a really good record against Bennett. Actually, I'm leaning on the Dolphins at the moment.
Yeah, I've got to stop tipping against them. Any week I don't pick them, they win anyway. So I think I'm leaning Dolphins as well. Even though I think the Storm.
Definitely Bellamy. I think seems to do pretty well.
Yeah, I mean they find ways to win. Storm finds ways to win, but so do the Dolphins. Like it's kind of similar, kind of.
Yeah, Trey Fuller coming back into fullback for the Dolphins. You know, he's been playing well as well. So yeah, I'm on the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm leaning Dolphins, but I might flip back on that eventually. But yeah, Dolphins for now.
Yeah, I think Pappenhausen might be back. They were talking about, but
he might struggle to get into the team. The young kid at fullbacks.
I think they were talking about moving him to the wing for Coates.
Yeah.
If Pappas is back,
okay,
the young guy will go to the wing.
Okay.
So yeah. Okay, moving on to Saturday's game. We've got 3 games on Saturday, 1 on the Sunday. First game, Titans at home to the Warriors.
Yeah, boy. Titans lost a bizarre game to the Tigers. They had about 9 clean line breaks and still managed to lose. I don't know how that happened. And then the Warriors had a classic, like, get up to a great start and then just kind of implode. I don't know. They've done it so many times this year where they get a massive lead and then blow it.
Yeah.
Titans beat them the first time around when they played each other over in New Zealand, but I think this time around I'm still kind of semi-confident in the Warriors' resurgence.
The Warriors are the better team. You'd say definitely on paper. Titans have been playing pretty solid football, so you know this will be a tough game. Warriors are going to miss Kurt Capel. He's been picked for Queensland.
True.
Coming off the bench, and I think I'm not sure. A couple of other players might be reserves, so you know they'll probably still play. I think Warriors.
Yeah, I'd
better
say
team.
So. Yeah.
Okay, so game 2, Roosters at home to the Doggies.
Yeah, that one's going to be an interesting test.
Test for you guys. A lot of players out, I think, for the Dogs.
We got a few injuries. I mean, Burton will be there, which is nice.
Yeah, Burton. Curran looks like he will be coming back after his HIA protocols.
Yeah.
But yeah, still missing a few good players.
I mean, Kiko's still out. Adokar still out, obviously. Preston's out, which is a massive out because he was kind of replacing Kiko. So, yeah, we're running out of big bodies, but hasn't stopped us so far.
You got Lindsay Collins and Spencer Lianu missing for the Roosters, along with Connor Watson, Angus Crichton. So that's almost your whole starting forward pack for the Roosters, but they do have looks like Dom Young's coming back in from a hammy twinge. So yeah, I still think the Roosters.
I fancy the Bulldogs. I think Yeah, we're only missing Crichton for Origin, and
obviously Kickow.
but we've been making up. We've been making up for all those guys missing week in, week out, and I think we'll do the same thing we've done over the last few weeks: frustrate teams with our defense, and then get down the other end and get some points. I fancy us. We're a bit banged up, but before the bye, but we had a full week to recover and get people fit and healthy. So I reckon we'll get a win.
All right, there we go. And then last game on the Saturday, Rabbits at home to the Seagulls.
Yeah,
Rabbits on a little mini run, but missing Trell and Cameron Murray.
Yeah.
It's
Manly, no Olaquadu, no DC.
It's really a pretty tough game to pick, really. Off the back of that, all of that.
I'm going Bunnies. I should have picked them last week.
Yeah.
Even with Loutrell there, I think they're.
Cody up against Luke Brooks.
I'm not sold on Manly. I think they're susceptible, and especially without DC there, I think they're going to struggle.
It'll be interesting to see the Rabbits without Latrell there. Jai Graven might be back, so I'm going to tip the Bunnies as well. Yeah. And then last game of the round, Sunday, Tigers at home to the Raiders.
Yeah, that was
game for the day.
Yeah, that was what
Campbelltown.
Campbelltown.
So down at West's there, but they haven't been. I don't think they've had the greatest record down there lately. So I'm if they were playing at Leichhardt, I'd be on the Tigers. But yeah, I think tough game to pick again.
Yeah, Raiders were pretty ordinary on the weekend. They didn't look right.
And Tigers showed some signs. I think Galvin might be back this week, so RP will shift back to hooker.
Still, you'd think Raiders.
But look, I don't know. Tigers, both teams kind of have shown a couple of good games, and then
I think
Raiders.
The
Raiders are the better. Yeah. Say the better team, but
I'd say Raiders.
I think Corey Horsburgh might be back, and I think they might get a couple of plays back.
Yeah,
as well,
Dom Young got dropped from Origin as well, so
Hudson Young.
Hudson's dropped, so he's available.
I
think Raiders.
Yeah.
There we go, short little round, and then let's have a quick little look at Origin. I think
Origin will go through. I mean, the Queensland
team.
They're interesting one there. There was only really 2 changes, I think, and that was Hopgood picked up a niggle back or something like that. Yeah. So Capewell's
for Hopgood,
come in for him, and no Cobo.
Yeah.
So Cobo is got some niggles. Said he wasn't quite right. I think Billy's worried about.
Yeah, I mean Billy's come out and kind of said that he's a young guy. It's best for him to sit this one out.
If you have a look at the Queensland team, you got and so they bought Kafusi, who was reserve, onto there. So you've got a bit of an older, more experienced team. I mean, Capel, but they're both second rowers. Capel and Kafusi. These were starting. Back rowers 2 years ago.
Yep.
And you've got them now coming off the bench. I think, with the game in hand, already won one, they've just kind of gone, okay, let's put out a team. Let's put out a team that is going to be tough through it. And then bringing Gagai onto the reserve, another old man coming in, so.
But then they've got a lot of young kids in the extended reserves just to give them a little...
boosts in training and all that sort of stuff, but they've definitely gone in with a lot, older, more experienced team.
Yeah,
I hope they bring Kafusi on a lot earlier, maybe to try and nullify Lianu a little bit, because he was
carving it up.
That was the trouble area for the Queensland team, and we need to make it a change in there earlier.
So not much utility on the bench this time around.
Well, Capewell is their utility. Capewell has played centre for Queensland
he can
a few times. So Capewell will be the guy that if there is an injury to Walsh, you wouldn't expect New South Wales to target him quite as much this game, but that's the option there. I think coming game 3, if Queensland were to lose, like that's one thing you fear about someone like Capewell, or he could be a bit of a scapegoat in many ways, but there could be the master plan behind it and bring someone on like Fafita.
Yeah.
So we're lacking X factor off the bench currently at the moment.
Yeah.
I think that the X factor could be Fafita, and he could be primed for game 3.
Yeah.
If Queensland were to lose this next game.
Yeah. Which I mean, they might do.
I think Billy's just got this bit of a plan at the moment, and I think he's a couple of chess moves ahead of I think everybody else. So that's the team that I see now. Is whatever people are going to talk about it. Billy's a couple of steps in front of us all.
He's smart like that. Like he's a great coach. Blue side, quite a few changes.
Yeah, Dylan. Okay, start from fullback. Edwards in for Teddy. That was always probably going to happen.
I mean, Teddy had a. I mean, it's
solid.
It's hard to criticize.
Missed a couple of tackles.
It's hard to criticize the Blues team too much, just because the send off changed the whole game. But even without the send off, I think that some of the guys were pretty ordinary.
Yeah, I mean, Edwards should be there. Force change with Suali. So I think Trell brings in that. Bradman Best. Played awesome and can feel a little bit unlucky, but. I think when you've got Trell fit and
Trell's been carving it up, and he looks like a man on a mission. Like he looks like he's up for it, and he's going to cause some headaches.
Yeah, I mean Val Holmes is going to be on him. I mean that's where like Gagai, like who would be who's the best guy against
Latrell?
Gagai. Probably, I would say Gagai. Those two, Holmes, brothers in arms in many ways.
I think that's the one part.
The other guy that I'd put on Trell would be Hammer.
Yeah,
because Hammer is actually he doesn't look that big, but Hammer is tall. And he's got size as well. I think he's the biggest body that we could put up against Trell, but. Hammer's so good on that left that.
I'm definitely that's the one where if I was Queensland, that's the one side I worry about. Trell against Holmes, that's the one matchup where I'm like, and Holmes had a few like defensive lapses for the Cowboys. Like he normally shows up in Origin, but he can be found out occasionally.
I mean, he's a left centre that they rate Hammer so highly on the left sides that they put. Holmes out of position a little bit, and on that side, marking up against Nanai as well. Like Nanai, great attacking player, but he actually leaks a lot. So he can be one of the leakier second rowers. So that's where I think Felice will come into that position. I think Felice might spend a bit of time in the middle, but then he will probably end up at marking up. Just off Latrell and really targeting Latrell. Yeah. If Latrell starts to get up and do really well, then that's where the change could happen. And
I mean, that's the beauty, in a way, of having Latrell there is like, he demands a lot of attention. And that will free up the other edge as well, because on the other edge, you have no slouches there. Like, Crichton's been carving it up, and like he gets the ball on the other side.
I mean, deadly left side there. I mean, with Latrell, Luai, Crichton. I mean, it's
going to be. It's hopefully
on the outside. I mean, that's a
given no funny business yet again. Then we should be in for a cracking game. I think
Moses in at 7 over Nico. I think that was kind of like Moses probably would have got that role anyway, but Hines might have got the 6 if
maybe
Moses was fit in game 1. Actually, I think they might have gone with Moses and Hines. But off the back of, not knocking him too much, not the greatest performances, and didn't back it up on the weekend either. At the club level, I think mentally can be a little bit susceptible.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still got that calf niggle, and that's kind of what happens if you pick guys who aren't really 100% fit. Like that, they kind of creates that kind of issue.
And to be honest, I want to see Nico more as like a number 6. Okay, so yeah, moving on to the forward pack for New South Wales. Not too many changes. Cameron Murray in for McInnes. I think that's a natural selection there. I think that's going to be a massive in for New South Wales.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one.
And then, yeah,
little feel-good story. Connor Watson makes it onto the bench.
Yeah, like I'm not sure if Connor Watson's the X factor that you really need coming off the bench. But I mean, considering Hudson only played like 23 minutes, and Connor does offer a lot more in that utility role. If say Moses picks up a niggle or something like that, I think that it's a good substitution. Whether it's the best that they could have come up with, I'm not sure.
We'll see. Should be interesting. Lenny is still there, and he's gonna
be very dangerous again. Queensland's job, nullify him, and that'll be the big part of the game. See what happens with our bench rotation. We played we hardly did any bench rotations up until half time, saved them for the second half, weathered the storm through that middle part of the game. And then, with the extra bench substitutions at the end, ran away with it. But if it's 13 on 13 game, then, they could change things up again. And I think it could be a bit more creative bench rotations by Billy this round. This game.
Should be a very interesting game. We'll talk a bit more Origin in next week's video. Good luck to your tips till then, and see you next week.
Good luck.